Better.
Do you know the Hat Man?
The Hat Man? What?
The Hat Man!
That's good.
This is what I deal with every week.
Hey there, listeners, and welcome back to Fear and Flame Podcast. I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Mason.
I'm Wyatt.
And today we're talking about sleep paralysis demons and the Hat Man. So,
And the Hat Man.
And the Hat
Strike
Man.
and match.
That wasn't in the script.
light a candle and settle in. This one is sure to ignite some fear. So technically, the Hat Man can be considered a sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, we've been over the Hat Man.
I hope he is.
In the Benadryl episode.
If he wasn't,
Yeah, we're just talking. Hey, no, he's real. Actually,
if that dude was just sitting in the corner,
ask Wyatt. He's seen
have
him.
some bigger problem.
He didn't have a hat on.
Did he
That's
not?
the same
The shadow
guy,
thing
though.
I seen didn't have a hat.
And I was about to ask, have you guys seen the Hat Man?
No.
Every time I've had sleep paralysis, I've never actually seen a figure or a person.
Yeah.
The last time I had sleep paralysis was, remember when our doorknob or the doorbell was acting up?
That's the worst time.
Listen, so Riley was gone. I was here by myself.
Oh, God.
I'm sitting in bed, and I don't know if I dreamed or if it actually went off, like the door, because I was already freaked out about it. I'm stuck there and I can't move, and I hear the doorbell going off. It's that creepy sound because it's not right. Something's messed up with it. I'm sitting there. I can't move. I can't breathe. I hear the door open and someone comes into the house and is like walking around the house and to come into my room.
And get you.
And get me. And I can't move or anything. And I'm just sitting. You're just paralyzed.
That's the
You can't breathe. You can't make any sound. And then I wake up. And when I get up, I jumped up and went and checked and everything. Like the door, everything was locked. But it was terrifying. I've only had sleep paralysis a few times. But that was the most recent. And it was awful.
You got me beat.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it?
So I know I have had sleep paralysis. I don't, I think that maybe I've seen, some type of figure, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But I do remember having sleep paralysis at one point. Thankfully, I was, facing the wall whenever I
So you
had
couldn't
it.
see anything?
So I couldn't see anything, but...
The other time that I had sleep paralysis was like that.
Yeah. But I was like, I think there's something behind me right now. And I can't even go look around to
I
check.
can't even do anything about it.
So we're just gonna, this isn't real. This isn't real.
And mine is
Like-
and I do the prayer. I start praying. I try to start praying. And that's what usually helps.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
You
Sleep
haven't?
Paralysis.
You've just
Really?
seen things while you're awake.
Yep.
That's scarier to me.
Yeah, I don't know if that's any better.
I'd rather blame it on the sleep paralysis
Well,
and be
you
like,
know,
I was fully awake and I saw
Yeah.
something in my room.
It happens. The schizophrenia.
Yeah.
It shows you now.
But
So-
no.
Papa Archie has, though. He's seen an entity or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, at the foot of the bed. He
Ooh,
said.
see, I don't, too
Lauren,
close for comfort.
She said that, sorry for whatever, putting your story out there.
Are you?
But,
Can you
Lauren,
name drop? Is she fine with that?
Yeah, she's
yeah.
probably, it'll be all right. So she's had sleep paralysis. She was actually staying over, I think it was last year over Christmas break, and she was sleeping in my room. I was wherever. I think sleeping on the couch at the time. And she says that one of the only times she's gotten sleep paralysis has been multiple times.
At your house?
At my house.
Oh my god.
And
That's
she's
not good.
And she's had it multiple times, and it's the same thing where it was a dude not standing, but in a crouched,
No.
No, I don't,
No.
I don't like the crowd.
position
Yeah.
on the dresser across the room. And she's and it happened multiple times. She's and it's always the same. And she just sees him, and she's just looking at him and can't do anything about it.
That's way
Never
worse
moved.
than
That
somebody
is
standing.
way worse.
But in an attack position,
Yeah.
the worst.
I will never sleep in that room.
No.
Ever. I don't know how
No.
she did it again. After that, I'd be like, nah, I'm done.
I don't even know if she did. I think that was that might have been the last time.
That was the dude that was behind you whenever
Yeah.
you're facing
probably.
the wall.
And thank God I was not
Looking at him.
looking the other way.
He was
'cause
crouched.
Yeah, because
He was ready.
I've heard a lot of people say the crouched on the dresser.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the grinning?
I haven't heard
They have
of
a
the
grin.
one.
Ooh.
That would
Crouch
That'd
with a
be
grin.
worse.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't
What are
think I'd
they?
recover.
They like crouched in the Spider-Man.
You think like
hands on the desk and
It's like,
knees
no,
up.
Yeah.
that is
I
terrifying.
have to imagine.
She's got us beat. That is for sure.
Yeah,
That is
no.
a rough one.
I wish I had a bear.
I've just never seen
Yeah.
anyone. So like I'm so grateful though, because I think if I did see someone, I would be in a mental institute. I would not be okay.
So is sleep paralysis like your eyes are actually open
Yeah.
and you are
so.
okay?
Yeah,
so
you're like-
you're
So I'll get into it in a little bit, but basically you are awake and your body still has not, like your body like
whatever part of your brain
Yeah.
that controls your motor functions.
Yeah.
is not awake yet. So you're it's just waiting for your body to start responding
That's
to your brain.
terrifying.
The worst like situation to be in.
Our brains have always been our worst enemy.
Imagine like
terrifying.
something real is happening.
Yeah, and you're
Like-
stuck in sleep paralysis.
Yes, like somebody's actually
Actually
like
in your
in the
house.
house, and you can't
Oh.
do anything about it because you can't move yet. Oh God, no! Surely that's happened to somebody.
No, I'm sure.
That's
But it just seems like some people are more prone to it, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, and it seems like people who are more like it'll be the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. I have heard
Which
people,
maybe is a good thing because then you already know like this isn't real. This
Yeah.
isn't real. Or if it is real.
I hate it, but I do hate that. Like I hate that a nightmare because I've heard people that have repeated nightmares. And then have the same one for like months.
I have had
like
repeated
every
nightmares.
night. Like it's like you know what to expect at a certain
Yeah.
point.
And you just don't even want to go to sleep. You're just like, just
When I was a kid, I had a repeated nightmare. It wasn't like
I hate
every
that.
night for weeks. It would be like once a month or
Yeah.
something. And every single time it was Megatron.
Oh God.
Yeah, here we go. Chasing me, and I had the cube, and I couldn't
Yeah.
get rid of it. like
You can't give over.
stuck to my hand.
Yeah.
like the ring or something.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, I mean, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? You're gonna
So I
sacrifice
just
all of
it was
Earth?
like just running through buildings and like they're coming down around you and Megatron's chasing you, and it's funny because it's like I loved Transformers 1 and watching the movie, that was never anything that scared me.
Yeah.
You know, kind of deal.
Yeah, but
like, you wouldn't think
subconsciously-
it was something that in your is going to stick like a horror movie would. But I mean, I don't know how many times I ran from him. in dreams.
me and
had to-
Megatron,
You had to protect
my arch
the human
nemesis.
race,
Yeah.
bro. You know, he's trying to turn Earth into the next Cybertron.
Yeah.
Can't let that happen.
Were any of the other Autobots like around? It was just him
just
We
chasing
didn't have
you.
any support.
No support. It was just him.
Right.
Autobots, roll out.
That's terrible. I have heard though that people, and this is why I've never actually tried it because I don't want to get sleep paralysis. But I've heard that if you really try to attempt to lucid dream
You will.
a
You can
lot,
have.
that it really increases your odds of,
Yeah,
of
sleep
having
paralysis.
sleep paralysis.
I did see that in some of the threads.
Yeah, because you're kind of forcing yourself into that
Weird
almost
state.
awake. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost awake kind of deal. I've never tried to lucid dream. I ain't got any interest in it.
No,
Nah.
it's happened incidentally to me probably once or twice.
I've realized I was in a dream, but I've never had I usually just wake up when I realize.
I only remember one time that I lucid dreamed, and it's funny because so it was like there was a zombie apocalypse going on, or like there was like zombies.
Man, you
being
guys are
made
like
in
end of the
lab.
world. That's
Dude, it
my
was-
nightmares are kind of end of times.
Yeah.
Scary. Yeah.
Mine was like I don't even know. I think it was like I was probably 10 or something. And yeah, it was like zombies were either made in a lab or created in a lab. And like it's funny, the last stronghold for like where I was at was like you guys' like backyard.
I remember that. I remember you telling me about
I think
that.
so, yeah. And it was like in that building in the basement or whatever, that you
Yeah,
guys
the
have back
cellar.
out. The cellar, yes. And like
We
that
would
was,
be, wouldn't we? We'd be where
yes.
it all went down.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I mean, yeah, if anything goes down, I was like, I know where I'm at from an early age. But no, and I was like, and I had to run away from the zombies, and eventually I was running in you guys' front yard, and I don't even know why, but I was just like, wait a minute. It's like zombies aren't real. I was like, this is a dream. And I was like, well, this is a dream. I was like, I should be able to do what I want. So I'm pretty sure I was like, I'm gonna give myself a jetpack. And I had a jetpack.
It's like
And I
rather than
was
just
like-
getting rid of the zombies.
Yeah. And I was able to fly above where the zombies were and fly for a little bit, and I think I woke up.
You had
Yeah.
a lot of nightmares at our house,
I
didn't
did.
you?
You guys have some freaky crap going on out there, man. It's
I've
not
had a
normal.
lot of, what is that movie? Is it Red Dawn? Where
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
I've
Where the
had a
Russians
lot
are
of
invading.
dreams
Yeah, at least the first
like
one.
that where we are trying to get all of our ammo and stuff gathered up, and Dad has his reloading stuff. Like we're just like trying to survive, and people are coming
Yeah.
down the dirt road with tanks, and they're shooting up houses, and yeah.
I'm glad that we all agree that you guys' house is like the last
The last bastion.
like the fortress of where we're gonna be.
Whatever goes down, I want to be where Dad's at.
Yeah, and we'll be.
We won't even last that long, probably,
No,
but it's just
that's your best shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's just what your brain thinks.
Yeah.
I've had quite a few weird ones, but
Yeah.
it's interesting what your brain will do just to torture you a little
It's
bit.
wild, dude.
You've already have enough stress and
Yeah.
during the
It's
day,
like,
and at night it's just like
You can't even get good rest.
no break.
No.
Sleep paralysis is one of those experiences that doesn't feel like a dream is happening, but it feels like you're somewhere else. It is reality itself being invaded. Your bedroom looks exactly the same, like it always does. The lighting is familiar, the walls, the door, and the shadows. Everything is where it should be. The only difference is the overwhelming feeling that you're not alone. For many people, this moment is when the fear sets in. They try to move and cannot. They try to speak and nothing comes out. Their breath feels shallow, almost restricted, and their body feels heavy, as if it's being held in place. Then, almost instinctively, their attention is drawn to one part of the room. The corner, the doorway, or the foot of the bed, where they become aware of a presence. Not a vague fear, but something that feels deliberate, focused, and aware of them. For Lauren, it was on top of a dresser.
Yeah. It's the most inconvenient places, too. It's not like it's like dude's in the middle of the room.
Yeah,
where
you're
I
just
kinda,
like... And I think
weave.
I don't remember being able to close my eyes, but some people say that they're able to blink. Mm-hmm. So if they like try to close their eyes and just like not look at it,
It goes away.
But I don't know.
That's
I feel
what
like
I do.
I feel like if like you close your eyes, that's when it starts. The crouch becomes a run or
Yeah,
something. You
like
know.
it
Keep
started-
them closed.
Yeah.
Don't open
This
it
isn't
back
real.
up.
This isn't real.
What would you do if you woke and they were right there?
Ooh,
Open your eyes.
I've heard
God.
of people that like sleep paralysis where it was close,
Ooh,
That's
I
terrible.
can't.
like crawling on the bed.
Ooh,
Or like
yeah.
they're like in your face.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude. You'd have to just close your eyes and
Yeah.
like, please let it in. Please.
Please. I'd never sleep again. I'd be addicted to
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
One of the most frightening aspects of sleep paralysis is the sensation of weight on the body. People often describe it as something sitting on their chest, pinning their shoulders to the bed, or pressing down on them with enough force that breathing becomes difficult. And I feel like the heaviness, but I don't know that it feels like I can't breathe whenever I've had it. It's just that I can't move.
Yeah.
So the people who feel like they can't breathe, and if it was one where they were right
that's
on their face, like they're
Yeah.
literally on
Sure.
top of them,
Oh my
that is one of the most miserable things I could ever think
Yeah.
of. In religious and paranormal interpretations, this sensation is often described as oppression, a form of non-possessive spiritual attack meant to induce fear and helplessness. Prayer tends to play a prominent role in many sleep paralysis cases. A significant number of people say they instinctively try to pray during an episode, even if they're not particularly religious. Isn't that funny
Hey.
when people who aren't even religious
Gotta
like,
try it.
like-
You know.
Yeah, there's no atheists in a foxhole.
No. No.
Some claim that the moment they mentally call out to a higher power, the presence retreats or disappears entirely. That's when they usually wake up. Whether interpreted as spiritual defense or psychological response, the consistency of this reaction adds another layer to the mystery. So, prayer, if you do end up having sleep paralysis, the first thing you try to do is, in Jesus' name, in Jesus, just whatever you
I
can
mean, might as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because good night. Yeah. I don't even know what else you do. I mean, if all
Like,
you got
what
is
worse,
just your
if you can't
thoughts, it's
move,
like, yeah,
you
it's just
can't
like,
really
close your
talk.
eyes
You're just
and
like
kinda
mentally in your mind or trying
yeah.
to.
Just like let it in.
It's the not being able to scream or do it. Like, that's the most terrifying part. Like, okay, I can't move my body.
Yeah.
Maybe I can at least call out for help.
Dude,
You can't call out for help. I've had to where you can't. Like, I feel like you try to say like
Yeah.
it's just like a
I've had
breathing.
dreams like that to where I could like I was
You
trying to
can't
yell out
scream.
for help and I like nothing was like it was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're just breathing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
God, dude.
Across thousands of accounts, people describe encountering what they often refer to as a night visitor. The presence is calm, observant, and patient. Many people say that it feels like an intelligent
I
entity.
want that one.
Yeah, no,
Why do
maybe
we-
not.
Why do I get like the
Intelligent, patient
evil
one. Yeah.
like spirits? Why can't that dude pay a visit?
It knows they're awake and is waiting for them to realize what's happening. So it's actually being not very nice.
Oh, well.
Some report eye contact, others hear whispers, growling, or their name being spoken. So that's even more scary because usually every time I think of sleep paralysis, it's just the image. Like,
Yeah.
they're not usually moving. They're not usually... If they start speaking or saying your name to you, bro. After that, it says, a smaller but disturbing number describe the entity smiling. So that's what I was from, like, the
I
smiling.
don't like that one.
What's worse, do you think? Like, if they were growling or whisper, like the
I'd much rather
whispering
them
or
growl.
smiling?
Yeah, because that's like
Much rather
almost
than growl.
animalistic. So
Yeah.
it's almost like, well, maybe I've got a shot.
But if it's just sitting there smiling, that's...
Or if it's like talking.
I don't like
If it's
whispering.
intelligent, like now
Whispering.
we're on a whole nother.
Yeah, this is a new turf
We're,
here.
we're on equal playing field now. And that's
Except
not,
for I'm paralyzed and they're not.
Yes.
What makes these experiences so compelling is that the fear is external. It's like something that's in the room. It's
Yeah.
not like it's, oh, this is just in my head. It feels like
It's there.
it's here. People say that even after the episode ends, they still feel like they're being watched.
Oh, I bet, for a little while.
Yeah, they check their rooms, they turn on lights, sit awake, convinced whatever they encounter could still be nearby. It is so
yeah.
hard to go back to sleep.
That's
after
what I
that.
do. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
The lights on.
Time to get up.
yeah, I guess the day starts at 2 o'clock
Yeah.
today.
It's also weird that it always tends to be the 3 to 5 o'clock ish,
Yeah.
2 to 3. You know, like the witching hour almost.
Can't be when
is
it's
when-
light out.
Isn't
Can't-
that I believe that has to do with the
It does.
the circadian rhythm. or
Yeah,
whatever.
your
That's
rapid
when
eye
you start
movement
waking
cycle.
back up a little bit. Yeah.
REM.
Yeah.
Here's a little. I just put a couple like little Reddit stories in between some of these. This is Eskimo AK. This was from 13 years ago, so this is an old Reddit post, but it says, "First, this is the most terrifying experience I have ever had in my entire life. Imagine, I was studying abroad in Ferrara, Italy, a couple years ago, living by myself in an old apartment building built in the 1400s. Paper-thin walls, creepy old armoires all around the house. I had just gotten back from a vacation in Greece, not knowing the landlady was going to be doing some repairs. I enter my apartment with furniture in all different places. All the chairs in the apartment were lined up neatly in a single hallway, and everything else was in a different position. I thought someone had broken in. I was so tired from flying and being up, I decided to take a nap. I remember this very clearly. I must have been asleep for about an hour and it all started. I'd opened my eyes and briefly moved them about, scanning the room, without moving my head. I noticed a person walk in front of my bed across the room. He was dressed all in black with a hat on. Imagine a Van Helsing looking person, but I could never distinguish the face.
Hugh Jackman Van Helsing, like, at the end of
That
the
wouldn't be the worst. I thought that he was a burglar or something and that he was trying to rob me while I slept. In my mind, I was going to wait until he was digging through a desk to the left of me and spring up and subdue him. I heard him start muttering something, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. I believed this was my chance and attempted to spring out of the bed with all my might. But, lo and behold, I could not move. I let out a muffled, and that's when the creepiest part happened. I heard the man who was just standing next to me say, "You can't move, can you, boy? This is what it feels like to be helpless." In a Hannibal
taunting.
Lecter voice,
Oh my
and he let out
God.
a maniacal cackle, which, when I think about it, still makes the hair on my neck stand up. I closed my eyes and I tried again to spring up, and I sat in my bed with such fervor that I sent the whole bed frame sliding across the floor. My whole body ached as if I was just lifting weights. My heart was beating out of my chest, and when I looked to the left of me, nothing was there. Needless to say, I didn't sleep for days. Fear of having that again. I hope I never have it happen again.
That did remind me of something. Have you guys ever had, like, I don't even know if it's a nightmare, if it's like
Sleep
sleep paralysis or what, but have you had it to where, like, I had one time where I was like about to fall asleep, and I don't think it was like an earthquake or anything, and my bed like shook
I've
like
had that.
violently,
I've had that.
and then I was like, oh, and I got up, and
I have
it's like
never
everything was like-
experienced that before.
Yeah, I have
Dude.
had that.
I don't
It
know.
reminded me of like the falling one,
Yeah,
Like-
where you're almost asleep and then you're like
Yeah.
Because it feels like you're falling through the air.
Whenever
Out of
you would go
nowhere.
you know how we'd go roller skating a lot with the school, like for
Yeah.
trips and stuff? That's whenever I would have that experience of like you're roller skating all day, you start to go to sleep and you feel like your body is like about to fall
Moving
or
or
whatever,
something.
moving,
Yeah.
and you like jerk. I've had that, but I've never had the bed move.
Yeah.
I've
it
had
was
the bed one.
It was probably like honestly scarier than sleep paralysis because like, oh my god, like
This is
something's-
real.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
something's here. Like I was convinced that like it
A
happened.
demon or something would say.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then
I've took Benadryl to sleep and had stuff a lot more.
Yeah.
Like when I take Benadryl, I have a lot more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like waking, like you're kind of almost waking up, and then you think you hear someone pounding on the door for a second,
Ooh,
and then you wake
hate
up.
that.
yeah. Oh man, I hate that it's like auditory too.
The auditory is what gets me because I never know, like with the doorbell, because it was messing up. I don't know if it was real or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The doorbell could have actually went it off, but it actually could have not.
Is you never know. I was like, I don't actually.
That's
I don't.
what. Yeah. You like. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one time it was like someone. Sounded like someone was coming through the door.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
like
It's
that.
Like I like sat straight up in bed and reached into the table beside the bed and just waited. I was like,
I'm ready.
something's
I'm
coming
ready
through
to
the
read.
bedroom door. Just sit there scared for a little while, and then you're like, oh, all right, that was just
Just
my
my
brain
mind.
having a little silly.
Yeah.
Little silly.
And
Silly goose.
It doesn't help that the one only time that I've like had a weird, like I have no idea what actually happened thing was also whenever I had a lava lamp. I may have already told the story.
I don't think so.
I had a
Not
lava
on the
lamp.
podcast.
Yeah, sitting on my nightstand, and I've had it for a little while, and I was sitting there like arranging things on the dresser. My room is laid out to where like the bed's over here, nightstand's right here, dresser's over here. So I'm right here facing away from the nightstand, and I'm just putting stuff up. And I just start hearing this like something like shaking or moving aggressively behind me. And I turn my head, and for like the last second, I see like the
Lava lamp.
lava lamp like shimmy to a halt. Like it was like, and
I've never heard this
dude,
story.
immediately.
In your house that you're in right now?
Yeah.
No.
And immediately I went, unplugged the lava lamp, and went and put it in my closet and shut the door. And I was like, well,
I'm done with that.
it's like, don't got a lava lamp no more.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it was like...
When was that? How many years
dude, it
ago?
was-
That was like not long after y'all
was-
moved in, wasn't it?
yeah, it was probably, at this point, how long have we lived there now? It was probably like 5 or
Ooh,
6
I
years
hate
ago.
stuff like that because you never know, like,
And I could have
is
just
that
been
my
tripping.
brain?
Yeah.
Like, was that playing tricks on me, or is that? There's so many times I've had little things like that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that a coincidence?
And
Is that my brain,
yeah.
or something else going on here?
God. But needless to say, I did not go to bed for another.
You
like,
still have
3.
that lava
It was
lamp?
like it's probably somewhere.
You
But
need
I've
to bring
never,
that. We're gonna put it in the pod room.
I've never like put it back up. Like I took it into its
said, "I don't
like
trust
3
you."
pieces. I was like with the top
bar,
and then
yeah.
the bottom, the glass, and then like the lamp part. And
You
I
ever hear someone
separated all of
shaking in
it.
the closet?
Yes, and I put it all away, and I was like, well, not looking at that ever again. But no, I'll bring it if you
That
guys
was the
want me to
middle of
bring
the
it.
day. Like, it wasn't like, or was it at night?
It was like before bed. Like it was
Okay.
like probably like 9
But you hadn't
o'clock
been
at
asleep
night.
yet.
Yeah, and I was about to go to bed
Yeah.
now, and then I didn't for like the next 3 hours.
That woke you up a little bit.
Yes.
It's like the old box TVs, the little ones we used to have. Those would turn themselves on and off.
Remember whenever so we had a TV in my room, and Wyatt's room is just right across the hall. I had a movie playing, and was it a VHS or something? It was
Yeah.
playing. After the movie turns off, it's just static on those TVs.
Yeah.
So pure static. Finally, I guess I was like, all right, I'm going to go turn it off. I don't know if we'd talked about me going to turn it off or what, but I had been in Wyatt's room, walked halfway into my room, the TV shuts off.
Yeah.
And I did not sleep there that night.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I stayed in Wyatt's room for a
It was
good
just
time.
trying to help you out. He's like, oh, okay.
And I was so freaked out. I talked to Mom about it. I talked, and she was like, well, I think they have a timer set on them. Like, after so long, they turn off.
Very
She was
good.
lying to me. She was
TVs,
trying to make
yeah.
me feel better.
Yeah, so you
I
could go
was
to bed.
terrified.
Yeah, I'd
Terrified.
come home to mine being on, like crackling. And
I hate, and it's the static. It's not
Yeah.
that it, like it turned off or whatever. It was just the, and you walk halfway to it, and ding.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like new TVs. They're quiet.
Yeah.
You know? It's a little
Not
it's a
as
black
eerie.
screen. It's a little no signal bar. It's like, okay. Yeah. Instead of just a
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eerie.
Some
No.
kids will never get to experience like
Isn't that
waking up
sad?
at 1 o'clock and the static in the corner because you fell asleep watching a movie.
We're
Yep,
like
turn
the
it off.
very last ones that I think like had a majority had a like CRT TV in their home.
Yeah.
Like I think that's over now. I was
Yeah.
like, these
Sad.
kids coming up, they have no idea.
Yeah. It was a cool experience, but that scared me to death. So
It's cool.
I'd be okay with never having that happen
And
again.
y'all remember sitting there touching the screens or whatever, and they kind
Yeah,
of like
Yeah, the
fell off
static.
crazy. Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
love that.
Gosh.
That's funny just to think about, like, also messing with people like your boomers and your parents, the older people don't really understand how some things work.
Yeah.
So like me and Maddie have both messed with Dad on the Roku, like
Yeah.
with our cell phones.
Yeah, just start moving stuff around.
That's
Click the
so
wrong
funny.
thing. Yeah.
What have you guys done on the Roku?
Like you just start turning the volume down.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Where's the remote? Somebody's sitting on the remote."
Get up.
Like,
Get up.
change the
so
channels
funny.
or
What in the... I can hear him. What in
Yeah.
the...
world.
You know. You just like click stuff. That's the best. I
It's
love
the
it.
simple things in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It's like, and you know what? And I'm fine with it because I know one day it's going to be me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what?
I'm
I'll
okay
be
to take it too.
underseated
Yeah.
of that.
Yep.
So it's whatever.
Long before modern sleep science existed, cultures around the world had explanations for these encounters. Almost all of them were supernatural. In medieval Europe, people believed these experiences were caused by incubi and succubi, demonic entities said to sit on the chests of sleeping victims and drain their life force. I've heard of this before.
Yep.
These encounters were often framed as spiritual attacks rather than dreams, especially because of the paralysis and pressure involved. In Scandinavian folklore, these experiences were blamed on a being known as the Mara, a spirit that rides on the chest of sleepers and causes crushing nightmares. The word nightmare itself comes from this belief. In Newfoundland, the entity was known as the Old Hag. It's funny because we had an Old Hag for the winter cryptids, but this one's kind of different. The Old Hag was a figure so feared that people believed she could kill those she visited if they failed to wake up in time. So if you didn't wake
You're
up
on a
in
timer.
time,
That's
yeah,
You know,
that's
it's
pretty
like,
bad.
easy way
Wake up,
to,
wake up, wake up, wake up.
Just come up with an excuse for heart attacks in your sleep.
It was the Old
The Old
Hag.
Hag. got
Well,
him.
the hag got her.
Yeah. Here you
you
go,
do?
Mason. In Japan, sleep paralysis is called kanashibari, meaning bound by metal.
100% not how you pronounce it.
How do you think it is pronounced?
I have no idea. But I know it.
Kanashibari. Let's look up the
Don't sound
pronunciation.
right.
Yeah, but I know that ain't it.
Control
That old
V.
Kanashibari done got him.
Been attacked by the yokai.
There you go.
Kanashibari. Kanashibari.
That might be it.
You might just let Google say that one.
It's fine. It's often described as spiritual restraint rather than a physical one. So that means they're being bound by a metal. In parts of the Middle East, many people still attribute these encounters to the jinn, which is an intelligent unseen beings believed to exist alongside humans and capable of interacting with us during moments of vulnerability. Despite cultural differences, the core elements remain the same. Paralysis, pressure, fear, and like the feeling or being able to see a presence. That consistency is one of the reasons sleep paralysis continues to blur the line between folklore and lived experience. So, among all the reported sleep paralysis entities, one figure appears with striking regularity. A tall, shadowy humanoid, often described as wearing a wide-brimmed hat, commonly referred to as the Hat Man. This figure is usually seen standing at the foot of the bed, leaning against a wall, or watching silently from a doorway. Unlike other entities, the Hat Man rarely interacts directly. He doesn't rush. He doesn't speak much, if at all. He just watches. What makes the Hat Man scary is the consistency of descriptions. People who have never heard of the figure describe the same hat, the same posture, and the same sense of dread. Some believe he represents a shared archetype created by the human mind under stress. Others believe he is something far older, possibly something that exists independently of the person experiencing it.
It's interesting that the hat is the wearing of the hat because when did we start wearing wide brim hats? You know, like
Yeah. Also, a lot of not all the time, but a lot of the time, it's children who see him, younger kids who have nothing that they can use. Like, I feel like to compare, as an image.
Because it's been a while since people have even been regularly
And some people see
like
closer to
wide
a
brim.
bowler type hat. Some of them are the wide brimmed hat. I think it kind of changes a little bit. But if you've never seen any, it's just strange to me that
that's the archetype that
that comes to mind and you don't even know. That's what's so interesting to me about kids seeing any types of scary things, because a lot of people don't let their kids, even if it's not scary, like the wide brim hat. I don't feel like that's just something that would come to your mind
come as a scary idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I was trying to think about anything that would be related to the wide brim hat.
Yeah.
Fear, but I don't.
The only thing I was
Nothing
thinking
I
of,
can
which
connect.
I don't think it is just maybe as a father figure, like back in the day, dad, your dad would
wear a big hat or wide brim
or whatever.
hat or
But
something.
that's been 70 years, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't think that makes up for why it's still happening. But
Yes. And it is strange too that it is always the same. People have the same descriptions, which if you've heard about it and you know about
Then
it, it
you're-
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. But if you have never heard of it, which is some of the cases, you have no idea, especially kids.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shared hallucinations are one of the funkiest things.
That's the thing that
in,
bothers me the
human
most.
experience,
No
I think,
doubt
is just
about
People go into these, what is that? The files that they say, the Arcadian or
The Akashic.
Arcadian or
some
it's
kind of
Akashic-
files or
Akashic,
something.
I believe.
Akashic.
Akashic records.
Yeah, something like that. People go into we all we have the same, all of our minds are
connected somehow.
somehow, and we have the same, or whatever, which is interesting to me too.
All
People go into
Evangelion
the
on us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or, even not even that, but people that do psychedelics as a group
They
and
see
have
it,
the same
the
exact
shared
experience.
hallucinations.
That's weird.
And a lot of people that take psychedelics see the same. Even if they're not taking it together, it's shared. Usually, it's shared things. People that take psychedelics, they usually see the same.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
And they're not talking about it or anything like that.
Not.
Probably not. That's
I mean,
weird.
You met that's the thing is when you're in that group, somebody
I'm sure a lot of people
that
that have took psychedelics have probably heard stories from other people about it.
So maybe they were.
Maybe.
Or if you're all in the same room and someone says, "Oh, I see a tiger" or something, then
And then
everybody's
now
going to
it's-
start seeing the
Yeah.
tiger and stuff. I don't know though.
I do
Some of
think
it could just be.
Yeah. I think a lot of it could be explained away by just the fact that even if it's not a conscious thought, that that's been implanted in you previously by something else, and so now that's what you've
Yeah.
come to expect without even realizing it.
Yeah.
Versus
Which is with a lot of things,
Yeah. But
It
it's
is
weird
very
whenever
weird.
it's the cases that people are I had no idea what that was before somebody
Yeah.
else had
mention it, and then you're like,
yeah, that,
"Oh
I
my
saw
gosh."
that
I've
too.
seen that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
so weird. This is a user called Daisies. This was my first encounter with the Hat Man / the first time even hearing about the guy. The dream took place on the living room floor of my childhood home where I was having sleep paralysis. While I was paralyzed, the Hat Man made his way towards me and started cutting my hair from the left side of my head.
Like
That
an
side of
ASMR
my
video.
yes.
Oh god.
That side of my
I
head had
remember
been
that-
tingling
that
since I
hair.
woke up. Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
That one we watched the.
Yeah.
Imagine the Hat Man doing that to you.
And the floor has to be the worst place to fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
Paralysis. Oh my goodness.
While in my dream, I was trying to scream since that's how I wake myself up from sleep paralysis. But when I woke up, I was actually having sleep paralysis and the Hat Man was in my actual room standing in the door. So I think they were having a dream
And
inside of
then-
a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was wearing a black Western style hat and a black Western fringe jacket. So this one, he had
Saying a
more of
cowboy
like
hat?
the kind of like
I wish
he was
my
about
Hat Man had a
7
cowboy
feet
hat.
tall. Yeah, that's the one that's playing with your lava lamp. Sorry,
Yeah. Good
your
night.
lava lamp. He was about 7 feet tall. When I was finally able to yell, he left the room. That's what makes me think that maybe you saw the Hat Man, Wyatt, because they doesn't necessarily have to be wearing a hat. I think it can just be a really tall
Individual.
shadow figure
Yeah,
in the
maybe.
corner.
I just remember waking
Left
up.
his hat at home.
just waking up and like seeing like the outline of a shadow that you could kind of see through, and just being like, I'm probably sleeping right now. No. So I just kind of rolled over in bed and faced the wall and just waited till I fell back asleep.
I'm not going to turn back over, so...
That's how unbothered I want to be.
Yeah. I'm just going to turn over.
Just like, what was my... There was no other real option.
Yeah, it's like that.
If I just ignore it, it's probably just me tired seeing something. You know?
That is always the best advice. If you just pretend like it's not there, usually it'll be disappointed and go away.
Hey, man, it's a 50-50. Either he is or he ain't.
I guess it left the room, and it was 5:30 when the person woke up. It was a strange dream, and I was surprised to see other people having similar encounters. I wanted to note that the Hat Man appeared in my dream after I saw myself in a mirror. My face was warped, and one of my eyes was a bright white. For the past few days, I've been in and out of sleep and felt like something in my room had been watching me. Sounds like this person just going through it.
Yeah, they may need to go
dream.
Seek some professional
Their
help.
sleep habits sound not great.
No, but I think, I don't know, man. It's got to be some type of, maybe it is some type of like authoritarian kind of figure, and you see that as like scary. Because that's the only thing I can think of is like your dad sitting there being like yelling at you or whatever. Yeah. And that's kind of like the basis.
Especially for a tall man, I can see.
And like if you're a kid, especially, it's like everybody's like tall, you know?
Yeah,
like
you're that's
you're
true.
like 3 foot tall. You know?
You don't actually know if somebody's 7 foot tall or not. Like you're not. If you're little, you're not gonna be able to know.
Yeah. So
this next one is Hunt9639. I never knew of the Hat Man until recently. This happened when I was about 10 years old, and I'm 30 now. I was staying over at my aunt's apartment, and I was very close to my cousins growing up. As everyone was getting settled into bed, I stayed in the living room and settled on the couch. I clearly remember the living room being very dark, and it made me feel uncomfortable. I would pray most nights before I'd go to bed while laying down, and this night was no different. I closed my eyes and began to bring my hands together, and then it happened. Something separated my hands forcefully, and I opened my eyes to see a man with a dark silhouette standing over me.
Don't like that one.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Separate my hands forcefully.
Your body starts moving. Not good.
I noticed his hat and what looked like to be he was in a trench coat. The weirdest part to me was what I saw all around him and above him. I saw clouds almost like a storm going on around him. During this, I tried to talk and move, but I was stuck. Almost like sleep paralysis, but I wasn't asleep. I was just about to pray. So they hadn't actually like fully gone into sleep that they know of, at least.
Yeah.
I believe all this happened in about 5 to 10 seconds, and then everything stopped in an instant. I was gripped with fear and did not move or sleep the rest of the night.
Yeah.
God, that's the worst.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't
it's like,
touch me.
Because either the two options are either something actually like moved me, or my body
moved
itself.
Because my mind was so convinced that something was moving me.
Yeah, and that's either way. I do not feel great about that.
No, that's not very safe. You're not safe in your own mind. Is what's so scary.
You just along
You're just
for
not
the
safe.
ride.
You're just not safe anywhere.
God. Reminds me like even just sleepwalking is such a weird thing to me.
Yes.
But
sleepwalking can be.
Well, that could be a whole episode. But like hearing like about like mine were never that crazy. I think like anything I would do, I just kind of wonder a little bit and then go like see my parents and be like, "How about you go back to bed, buddy?" And it's like, okay,
It's the usual.
But like hearing about like Maddie trying to like leave the house,
That's
Whenever Dad was younger, I think that's where Maddie would get it from.
Yeah.
He sleptwalked terribly and would like
he'd leave the house.
Like,
leave the house and try to open windows up, try to get out windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, Dad had.
He was getting out.
Bad.
That's crazy.
Maddie wasn't allowed to sleep upstairs at
Nana's house
Nana's
because of the
house
stairs.
because of
She
the
was scared.
sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Nana was scared she would hurt herself.
Yeah.
I remember coming home from a softball game and I'd started the shower and I got in the shower and I hear someone open the bathroom door up and come inside the bathroom. I was like, whoa, like, hey, I'm taking a shower.
Yeah.
Taking a shower.
And Maddie sits down on the toilet and she grabs the toilet paper next to her and she just starts rubbing it all over herself. Like she's taking a shower. I guess because she heard the shower. She was sleeping. I said,
she heard
Mom.
that sound and was like,
Mom, somebody. Maddie's, Maddie's in here, like doing
Somebody do something.
weird stuff.
I'm naked. Somebody else handle this.
She was sleepwalking, and I guess she
so
just
funny.
like heard the shower and she thought she was taking a bath.
Was it Dad or Mom that woke up and she was just standing in the bedroom?
Oh, I don't know.
That's
Probably
terrible.
Dad.
I think it
Kids
was Dad.
are so weird.
I think Dad woke Mom up and was
He's
like,
like,
hey, you got to deal with this.
Gosh.
That is so scary. I will lock my bedroom door. I'm
Yeah.
not letting my
I
kids do
didn't
that.
sleepwalk as much as I did sleep talk.
Yeah.
I've done a
why?
lot of sleep talking.
A lot of sleep talking.
But I did the one
He said,
time.
doze, 2 or 3, doze, or something. He would be hunting in his sleep. Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the only time I know that I like kind of sleepwalked was I was like 12 or 13 and had a bad case of the flu, so the doctor put me on Tamiflu. Oh, yeah. And I guess it didn't
Take well.
with old Wyatt, because Mom said she heard somebody like walking around in the kitchen, and she said she got up and walked in there, and I was just kind of like standing in the middle of the kitchen, just kind of looking at the ground. And she was like, hey, are you all right? You need a drink or something? and I told her, no, I'm all right. I'm just worried because I left my body back in the bedroom and no one's in there to breathe for me.
Mom said, okay, let's get you back to bed.
The worst. I didn't, because I've heard this story. I didn't realize this was at night.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying. Imagine you're a parent and your kid's out there like talking crazy in the middle of the night, and they're just like, well, all right.
Yeah. And then the
Go back to
next
bed.
morning, like Mom tells me that happened, and no, I never had even a resemblance of a memory of that occurring. But then I guess she looked it up, and that was a
side effect
Yeah.
of
pretty big
Tamiflu.
side effect for young people of Tamiflu.
So
was,
we
like,
never had Tamiflu in our
hallucinations
house ever
and-
again.
Yeah, Mom.
Mom would not let us. She was like, we're going to give you some decongestant, whatever we can give you that's
Some
not Tamiflu.
Mucinex, you know? No, that's crazy. Because, and that's the worst part is I think is you don't remember.
No.
So, like, there could have
Yeah.
been times that, like, I slept walk
And you have no idea.
and nobody else woke up. So they were just
Yeah.
kind of like,
I'm sure there was times Maddie did, because she did it a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Maddie
when she
did
was
a
younger,
lot.
she walked a lot.
Yeah.
Wake up and she'd be in your room, just
Yeah.
like she'd be asleep in your room, but she just like crashed, I guess, after one of her nightly routines.
And that's crazy too, because it's like it's not even like that you're like it's not even like super obvious either that somebody's like 100%. Because like I would sleepwalk apparently like with my eyes open.
Yeah,
and everything.
sometimes
Like, you're
it seems like you're just
awake and while walking around and
You
doing
need to go to
stuff.
bed. Yeah.
But then you
Yeah.
go in and you're like, and then like somebody's like, "Hey man, you all right?" And you're like, "I forget. Where's my band outfit? I need my band." outfit." And you're not in band, and it's like, okay, buddy,
Yeah.
let's go back to bed.
where's my band outfit?
Yes.
I have a friend that sleep talks too, and I remember sleeping in his room one night and like waking up. I heard a noise and I woke up and he was laying on his bed and he was over there kind of yammering, and then he was like, "You see that grasshopper on the wall?" I was like,
What?
I was like, I think you're sleep talking, buddy. He was like, and then just went back out.
That's
He
hilarious.
said, "You see that grasshopper on the wall? That's scary."
That's so
Stuff
funny.
like that scares me. I don't like that.
I would think it's hilarious to imagine if you had two sleep talkers like
Put them
sleeping
together in the same room.
and they just start
Start
conversing.
conversating.
Yes,
It's like the
Like
Furbies.
Furbies,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, Furbies were a nightmare.
Pizza. Maddie's Furby was so annoying.
Those were
Yeah.
worse than sleep paralysis demons,
Yeah.
dude. Because
Yes,
them
they're
suckers will wake
real.
up at night
Yeah.
and they just
start
talk.
talking.
Yeah.
Maddie's was like a boy, and he would say weird crap.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Yeah. I
And they'd be
remember
like,
hearing.
like
Yeah.
just making like weird noises.
I think one time mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Like mine turned on in the middle of the night and started talking, and it's like, dude, what are we doing here?
Who
like-
are you talking
Yeah,
to?
it's like it is midnight.
Yeah.
We do not do that. No, that
It
is
was the
crazy.
newer generation, and it was the one they would change over time, right?
Yeah, like they learn
had
with
to-
you.
Yeah,
Supposedly
learn, but
Yeah.
like they're changing. And so at first they're just kind of like,
Yeah, they just make their little.
and then all of a
chirps
sudden
and
Maddie
noises.
becomes like this man. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
pizza, give me a beer.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Whoa, who's in my daughter's room?
Yeah.
Who are the Packers playing? tonight?
Yeah. Pass me a
You got a
cig,
light?
boy.
Yeah, you got a light.
God.
For many people, sleep paralysis isn't a one-time event. It happens again and again. So you don't just get to have the nightmare and the trauma once.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it coming. Sometimes over the course of years. What makes repeated episodes disturbing is when the same entity appears multiple times. People begin to recognize it and they know where it's going to stand. So, like, you already know you're in sleep paralysis and you're like,
You're just like, he's over there.
Here we go.
they know the feeling that precedes its arrival, which I feel like it's all just worse when you already know because it just makes it,
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
yeah,
Yep, it's
the
3
dread.
o'clock.
It's the dread.
Yeah.
My best buddy's coming.
Yeah.
Some report that the experiences intensify over time. The
It just
presence
starts getting worse.
starts
Yeah.
getting
Isn't that
closer
great?
and that lasts longer. The hallucinations become more vivid and seem more real.
Yeah.
The
Your
repetition-
subconscious is like, I've
Yeah.
got him now.
Yeah.
Yep.
The fact that it
Time
just
to
keeps
turn the
getting
heat
worse.
Here
up.
The repetition is often what pushes people away from rational explanations and towards more paranormal ones. Because they're like, okay, if it's going to get worse, like maybe this is like actually something demonic or something scary. It's not just my brain. Because my brain, like, I feel like you talk it away or whatever, you say your
Yeah.
prayer and then you wake back up. But if you're just sitting there and you're like, oh, none of the things that I usually do is working.
Yeah.
He's
That's
still
great.
there.
The Hat
Yeah.
Man's
He's getting
learning.
closer.
Yeah, I don't know, because it is weird. I hate that, like, I don't hate it, because it'd be annoying to have to remember to breathe all the time, but I do hate the fact that there is just, like, a subconscious mind that is constantly, like, I don't know what's going on in
Yeah.
there.
What he's
You know?
doing back there.
And, I'm just doing me right now. And, yeah, so I like, it's hard to tell if it's literally just, like, your brain being like, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Let's make it worse.
He's going to start walking
Yeah.
towards you now.
Yeah, or if it's like the devil in my bedroom,
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
Yep.
Gosh, I feel so bad for people that have like chronic nightmares.
Yeah,
That's
stuff
the
like that.
worst. Or like super realistic, like
Just vivid.
tragic, vivid. Like that sounds terrible.
It can.
And it
I would
seems like
never wanna go to
anything
bed.
that they give you to try to help, some people it just makes it worse too.
Yeah.
So then
I
you're
have-
just scared to sleep.
Yeah, I have vivid nightmares sometimes, and then like if you try to take anything to fall asleep, it just
Intensifies it.
quadruplies them. Yeah, it's
Do you feel like it's worse when you're having like anxiety and stuff? Like is when you're
Yeah,
having nightmares
usually.
like stress related?
and then you're like, if you just can't fall asleep one night, you're like, I guess I'll take some melatonin.
And then that's
And all
it.
that.
They've got you.
Yeah, that's throwing fuel on the fire.
Like,
It's scary.
gosh.
I think this is one last Reddit post before we get into some like scientific explanations. I don't have a Reddit username for this, but this was an old Reddit post, like a response, I think. I've had multiple, but I think this was the worst one. It started out with a dream. You know those dreams that feel more like you woke up and lived an entire day? I was having one of those. Dreaming that I'd woken up, gone to classes, work, except during the entire dream it felt like I was being watched. Like there was someone just on the corner of my line of sight, following me from place to place. In the dream, I get home and go to sleep. Sleep paralysis starts and I hear banging from my front door, like someone is trying to break in. Before, a louder sound that felt like the front door was torn off its hinges. Then, I hear the sound of things being dragged around, as if someone decides the quickest way around the living room was by throwing the couch and the table out of the way. As I get to the corridor that leads to my room, I can hear heavy steps and breathing. Through all of that, I'm trying to stand up and move, but I can barely breathe. The most I can do is move my head around, and not much at all. Then something kicks my door. Once, twice, and it gives. I can't even see what it was. Just a tall shape in the dark room. It gets inside and comes closer and closer. And I wake up. Jumping and punching at nothing, falling out of the bed, panting. This was the only time I woke up in such an aggressive way, so I guess it could have been worse. But theirs was that they just gets closer and closer and closer to him until they finally are able to wake up.
Yeah.
That's
don't like
also
that.
interesting. The people that like wake up aggressively,
And like,
Start fighting.
Yeah.
swinging and stuff.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I've ever woke up fighting. I
know
was
Dad
gonna
has.
Say,
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the last nightmare I've had, but I almost wonder if I have had them and just like forgot them almost immediately. Because I have had like to where I'll wake up and it's not like a gentle like like it'll be like
You can't.
Yeah, I've
Like
done
just-
that.
And you're trying to catch your. Mine is like
Yeah.
you're trying to catch your breath, or
Yeah.
you're like about to start crying.
Yeah.
and I have no reason. Like it's not like I don't know, either I had a nightmare or just my body was like, all right,
Kick them on.
yep, adrenaline. Oh, okay.
That's like the drowning ones. I've had so many of the drowning.
I've never had that.
I haven't had.
Really?
Oh,
You've
Lee,
never had
never.
a drowning nightmare?
No,
I think mine is
I've had where I smoked so much of my teeth are falling out.
really. That's terrifying.
You had a dream where you smoked so like cigarettes.
yeah, I was addicted
Oh
to
my
cigarettes.
goodness, dude!
I was a chain smoker.
What the Dare program has done to the youth.
Yeah.
I think it was hygiene school. I was so
Yeah,
stressed
you're-
out. Everybody who
And so
comes
you
in,
were
you're like,
stressed
you're
out that
gonna
you were
lose all your
you're gonna
teeth.
Smoke
Yeah.
3 packs a day.
Yeah.
Lose all my teeth.
I think mine was almost always like allergy season or something.
You feel like
and
you
like
can't
my
breathe.
nose is stuffy, and I fall
Yeah.
asleep breathing through my nose. And then I guess my brain, when I'm sleeping, it won't kick it over to mouth breathing.
It's like you're
I
drowning.
always
Like, we can't
start,
breathe.
like having like a I'm held underwater or something dream until I wake up, and then I have to manually like
Breathe
now I
through
gotta
your
breathe
mouth.
through my mouth to fall back asleep.
I do hate that. It's the worst trying to go to sleep whenever you don't like
Yeah.
you can't breathe out of your nose and trying to like. Because I won't do it for whatever reason. It takes like effort.
Hours.
Yes.
Yeah. Got to try to sit up and.
Yeah,
it's
to be like,
awful.
hey, dude, we can't. There's nothing going in. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, let's.
We need
Yeah.
oxygen.
Yeah.
From a scientific standpoint, sleep paralysis occurs when the brain wakes up before the body does. During the REM sleep, the brain intentionally shuts down most muscle movements to prevent people from physically acting out in their dreams. This is basically to keep your body, like keep you from hurting yourself.
Yeah. I kicked I used to have a fan in my room that I took the guards off the blades because it moved so much more air that way.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember this.
And I like come up from a nightmare one time and kicked the fan on full blast.
I
Gosh.
hate that.
No, dreams are so weird, though, dude. What, like, do they even have a purpose? Do we know? Like, scientifically, is there a reason why we, like, dream at night?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, I'm sure there is. They have probably reasonings or
Yeah.
ideas, but
I think I've heard,
like, just let me rest. I
Yeah.
would rather not have anything at all than have
No
dreams.
dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the theories I've heard is like maybe it's to like that's your brain compartmentalizing like your short-term memory to your long-term memory and that's just you kind of like
it,
going
clicks
through
in.
it. Yeah.
Some wild crap that happens
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Which we do consume a lot of. I can see why we would have more nightmares and stuff
Yeah.
now because of all the things that we consume, social media wise, TV. Like, you would think people would have had as bad of nightmares unless they were veterans, like people
Yeah.
who were in war, things
That
like
had
that,
seen
things,
witnessed
yeah.
traumatic things. But for the most part, like, I wouldn't think people would have had as bad of nightmares, like a hag waking up with
Yeah.
a hag sitting on them.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
not as
Stuff.
bad.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I have less now, but maybe that's just because like
You're so tired. Your brain is so exhausted.
that maybe it's just genuinely like I think it may be like there's just less that like intimidates me as like an adult versus like a
Yeah.
kid whenever I'm like
Scared of everything.
yeah when it's like
kid.
oh my god like you know
The kid nightmares were definitely more outlandish.
Yeah.
As a kid, like the Megatron thing.
I had
Yes.
Men in Black. I had aliens floating around my bed.
yeah. Like stuff that's I think I remember having like an alien dream where it was like and the aliens had like taken over but they kind of disguised themselves as like humans
Like an alien with a mustache or something.
Dude, well, I remember this. Dream.
He would have a dream like that.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare that I remember so vividly to this day because it freaked me out so much, and I think it's just kind of like uncanny valley
Yeah.
of like where I had a nightmare where my dad was either turned into an alien or was disguised as an alien, and like he looked normal, and he wanted me to like come over to him. Like
You would-
really badly. He wanted me
too
to like
bad.
walk over to him, and like it's weird because it's such like a like stupid like tell, but like there was like for no reason like a shadow cast onto like the back wall,
And it was
and
the
all I
alien
saw
shadow?
was like it was like him and his hair, but there was like an antenna. Mind you, there was no antenna on him. It was an antenna. He wanted me to come over. So eventually, like I did, like I came over and he grabbed my hand and my arm turned into like an alien arm or something like that. Like it was like brown and blue.
watching The Thing or like District 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. And it's
yeah,
like,
and
oh
you just
man.
get to have one of them
All the
dreams.
stuff that I would watch would mess me up. Even if it wasn't that scary, everything would
Yeah.
mess you
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Like I don't know, it's just being a kid. It's kind of
It
like, what are
is.
you going to do?
Yeah.
You know? Now maybe as an adult, I'm like, well, you know, maybe I could figure it out. Now it's just more like, oh, what if I die?
Yeah.
Like, what if like
It's
you
like
know,
real life.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
oh,
like, well,
my
that's-
blood pressure got too high
that's not
today,
as
and
fun.
Yeah.
problems arise when consciousness returns before this paralysis wears off. The result is a person who is awake, aware, and unable to move while parts of the brain are responsible for dreaming remain active. During this state, the amygdala, the brain's fear center, is often highly active. This causes the brain to search aggressively for threats. When combined with limited movement, altered breathing, and low light visual input, the brain fills in the gaps for you with perceived danger.
I love
So
that.
your brain is picking what it's
Yeah.
going to be scared
They
of.
say as the day goes on, our brain can only process so much, so it fills in the blanks as
Yeah.
we go through the day.
Well,
So I can't remember how, but there's a number for like how much of what you're seeing is actually what you see.
Yeah.
And that's why you have like little little like
hallucination.
Do you
little
think
hallucination
glitches in the
things and
Matrix
stuff.
are also some of that?
That's an assumption.
Kind of the
people
reasoning,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, because like your brain, let's say you're seeing 60 frames per second, your brain can only take in, say, 50 frames. So the other 10, it just
Made up.
extrapolates and it
What it
just
looks like
assumes
would be right.
what would happen in
Yeah.
between. So like between frame 1 and 3, your brain just pretty much copies in
Yeah.
and guesses as to what frame 2 would be.
Well, I've heard that that's like what it does like all the time.
Yeah.
And then it's one of those things where it's so crazy how your brain actually like observes things that it's like you're constantly in the past. Your brain, and I've even heard that it's like if you watch people with eye movements whenever they're like interacting with the world, they're not just like looking at one thing, they're taking in a lot.
Everything, yeah.
And it's like your brain is almost like cutting it all up and like streamlining it into
Yeah.
what it thinks is the most important. And it's so weird.
Yeah.
Because it's like, then technically,
That's why everyone's perception is a little bit different of
different.
things.
yeah, so it's so weird.
That's
don't know.
just like we go into the no one is really a trustful source. Like
Yeah.
no one person is.
Yeah.
Everybody's an unreliable
Yeah.
narrator.
And then also like everything that you perceive is just that. Like it's just whatever your brain is coming up with.
Mm-hmm.
It could be completely unreliable. I could have no idea. Like I may go blind one day and it's like now I don't even see things anymore. Now I can't even process that.
Yeah.
So that's not even an option.
It does make more sense for people, especially back then, to have believed in so many monsters, cryptids, spirits, demon type things, because they did not have any scientific
Yeah.
explanation
They needed
for
something to
anything.
explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you
Yeah.
just Google it. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess the Hat Man. I guess
Yeah.
everybody sees it. No
Okay.
biggie.
Yeah.
So they're like, I had a man.
Yeah.
My room last night.
Yeah. And
It's a demon.
especially-
Now we're getting a priest for you.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing too. Is the further back you go, it's not like we had like psychiatrists sitting
Yeah.
around. Like if you had an issue like that, you're like, well,
you
the man
just
for
be
the
like-
job is
Yeah, the priest.
Yep.
Pastor Tom down
If
the
you
road.
can't figure it out, then you're screwed.
Yeah, and
And
he's
he'd be like, oh, well, my neighbor's wife has been kind of side-eyeing me when I walk down Maine, and maybe she's a witch.
Yeah. That's where the Salem witch trials
Yeah.
came from.
oh yeah, no heck, but it is crazy because it's like, and they're probably just doing the same thing your mom did whenever when she told you that the TV has a timer. Man, they're just trying to help you out, just trying to do whatever they can, to be
Try
like,
to comfort
hey,
you in some
yeah.
way. I need to talk to her about that again and see if she was actually lying, because she
Oh,
had.
yeah. Oh,
been.
no,
The old box TVs didn't have.
have a
No,
timer.
I was wondering if she was convinced. Maybe though, maybe she
I don't
actually
think
thought
so.
that genuinely.
I mean, maybe that's her convincing herself.
Maybe.
I don't think.
But I know they didn't have sleep times.
No.
It's scary. Whether someone interprets these encounters as demons, shadow people, or neurological misfires, the fear is real and deeply personal.
I hope I don't have nightmares tonight.
Yeah.
Probably will.
It's not looking good.
After you talk about all this, we're all going to have
Yes.
all have sleep paralysis.
Maybe I'll
yeah.
get to have the Megatron one again.
You could only hope.
Yeah.
I feel like I think that's the best
I
case
wish I-
scenario.
What
trade
would you
it
do
for
if you
something.
had sleep paralysis and it was Megatron standing in your
Above
door
you,
frame?
towering.
We were brothers once prime.
Thank you so much
Outlook.com.
for joining us in today's episode. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. We want to hear from you. Leave topic ideas in the comments or find our email in the description to send us your scary stories. Find us here next time on the Fear and Flame podcast.
See ya.
We out.
Please, if you have any sleep paralysis or not, or
Ooh,
good
especially
nightmare
sleep
stories,
paralysis.
You gotta get
Yeah.
it.
drop them down in the
Have
comments.
you seen the Hat Man?
Might as well.